Hello and welcome to Video Graphics with Dr. DeRise, and it's time for my tutorial on the basics of how to use Power Director by Cyberlink. This is the Cyberlink Power Director 12 version, and just going to show you some of the basics of how to use this program. This is a great little program for editing video and for a variety of purposes. It has some really nice additions to it that you can really do a lot with. Now, I like this better for beginners. I like this better than Windows Movie Maker for multi-track video production. And what I mean by that is you really can only use a single timeline track when you're working with Windows Movie Maker, but with Power Director, you can have several different layers of video, and that enables you to do things like have still images come across without having to cut the video, and other video tracks come across without having to edit the base video, so that you can keep the dialogue going, you can keep the timing going on that initial track. So let's go ahead and look at it. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. There we go. All right, so this is the basic interface. If you look right here, you can see that this is the interface for the editing timeline. This track down here is for film. This is for sound. And then this track is for any effects that you want to add. And then this is another video track and another soundtrack, titles and narration. And so that really gives you a lot to work with, which is really nice. Also, they have a track that's just for music. So that's pretty cool. It does give you some still images to work with that are just, stuff for you to utilize to kind of get familiar with the program. Now, you can go over here to the next tab down, and this shows you some video effects, which are pretty cool. Some of these are just, they're not available in the free version, and that's what I'm working with, is the free version of the program. So you'd have to upgrade and pay a fee. I don't know what it is right now. This right here, it's just some animations that you've probably seen in some reality TV shows. And then this one right here, some more effects, which are pretty cool. You can order more, but you'd have to pay for them. And then here are some title effects. These are some transition effects. Like, that's a pretty cool one. Here's another one. Let's see if I click on this, it'll show you a preview of what that is like. And let's see what some others, kind of like this one. Let's see. All right, you can do some sound mixing. If you look at this, you've got a track for voice, another one for music, and then 2 additional audio tracks. If you want to add narration, you can just click on this microphone button right here, and you can add some narration, or you can select a different device. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Okay, so let's get back to just the basic editing. Of course, one of the first things you have to do when you're working with a program like this is you have to bring in your files. So we're going to go to this Import Media button right here, and then select Import Media Files. I did notice that it said Import Flickr, so it apparently has a connection to the website Flickr. Okay, so I've got some video files here, and I'm going to go ahead and just bring this one in and open. And it quickly brought it in to the folder. There you can see it right there. So I'm going to grab it and drag it down to the first track, and I'm going to let go. And it's going to process the file. You can see that some of the images, little mini thumbnails within the track, are just adjusting, and now it appears to be good to go. Okay, so, all right. Okay. So one thing that I want you to think about when you're working with a program like this is how it differs from something like Windows Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker is really easy to work with. If you're working with the older version, which was free, that was really good for a beginner to work with. And it has a lot of great templates and presets within it that you can just throw together, you know. So it's really awesome for a beginner. This is like a step up. It's more complicated, but it can also do more, and it enables you to get more creative with what you want to present in your production. Okay, so let's go back and look at some of the things that we can do. All right, so I'm gonna select the video. Now you can grab it and drag it. You're literally just clicking and dragging somewhere along on the timeline, and you can see up here where the seconds and the minutes are. Okay, so I'm going to take it back to the beginning, and if you look up here on the viewer interface, you can see that there is a clip selected, and then there's a movie button. And what is that for? That's if you have more than one clip. Right now, this is just a single clip. So say I want to split this right here. If I click on the split button, then it automatically cuts it and grabs onto the later portion. And if I'm going to play in the player interface, all I can see is the track that is selected. But if I click on movie, then you'll notice that it will play the entire file. So if I grab this controller and drag it all the way to the left and hit play up here, it's going, actually, let me bring it over here. Okay, so you can see, this is one of my restaurant review videos I have on my restaurant review channel. So you can see that it just continued to play on through both of those tracks. Now, kind of running out of time here, so I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to turn this into a user file or a player file. Now, right now, all it is a project file, okay? And if I wanted to save it as a project, then I would go to File, Save Project As, okay? And then I would give it a name. So let's just call it Test, okay? And there it is. Okay, so it's saved, but I want to make it into a universal video file that I can play on any player. In order to do that, I go over here and I go to Produce. And if you look here, you can see that you have a lot of different options for what you want to produce it to, what you want to export it as. So I'm going to hit MPEG-4, and then I'm going to, I have some options for what kind of MPEG-4. Do I want it to be PAL or NTSC? They have a lot of different file formats to choose from. But, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to hit Start and go with the regular MPEG-4. And then it starts what it calls producing. Basically, what it's doing is it's rendering it into a universal video file format that can be played on most video players on most devices, okay? So that is a real basic introduction to CyberLink PowerDirector 12. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click on the like button and leave your comments in the comments section below. I want to know what you think of these videos, and I want to know, if I'm helping you as a beginning video graphics person. I want to know what else you would like to see, okay? So what it did there was it made this file, and while it's still in produce mode, it gives me the option to play it. Okay, so this is not playing the project, it's playing what I exported. And I can just click on play and watch it right there. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. So let me get back to you. Okay, all right. Like I said, leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'd appreciate it if you click the subscribe button so that I can notify you about other tutorials and videos that I'm making for beginners, hopefully like you, because that's who I really want to help the most, is video graphics people who are beginners. All right, until next time, till the next video, this is Dr. DeRise saying take care.